Today I have some scorpions to set up. I did actually have these scorpions before. I got them a few days ago. I filmed the unboxing as a matter of fact, but due to an unpleasant combination of bad lighting, bad positioning, and to crown it all, my neighbour's toddler bawling at the top of his lungs, I was forced to scrap the upload. But it matters not, because they're in need of a bit of rehouse anyway. So the scorpions I have here are Urodacus elongatus, the Flinders Ranger scorpion, Isometroides vescus, the spider hunting scorpion, and Urodacus yaschenkoi. This is a juvenile, and they get rather bigger than this. And I think they're called, from my memory, just desert scorpion or inland robust scorpion. Anyway, let's get to the rehousing. So, we'll start with the Isometroides vescus. Let's just take a closer look here. It's hard to tell under the light, but we'll get a better look at that later. The setup for this species is simple enough. Sand will make for a good substrate. And as Isometroides is a surface-dwelling scorpion, in other words, it does not construct a permanent lair or burrow, then there's no real need to have a substantial amount of substrate in terms of depths. That does not mean, however, that it shouldn't have anywhere to hide. So, for decoration's sake, I'll add a few bits of leaves. And for a scorpion like that, that's all that's really needed. So let's introduce it to its enclosure. Now these do pack a reasonably potent venom, so I'm definitely going to be careful to avoid a sting. But here we go. It's not coming out. Oh, there we are. Let's give it a closer look. So that's that for Isometroides. Up next, I'll go with the Urodacus, the juvenile Urodacus yaschenkoi. Now, this species is fossorial, in other words, burrowing. And what is unique with this scorpion, even amongst its own genus, is the fact that it constructs very deep and very elaborate spiral burrows which corkscrew down underground and terminate in a chamber for the scorpion to shelter. So it's going to need a fairly deep substrate, certainly a lot deeper than what I have in here. Once again, sand is the go. That should do. I'll just get it nice and compact, all the more for it to be able to hold its shape should the scorpion burrow in it, which I dare say it would. And a little bark for that as well. So let's add this little guy to its new enclosure. Now, as I said, this is a juvenile. They do get significantly bigger than this, almost as big as Urodacus elongatus, which is the last species I will be showing you today. Now, where is it? Ah, there it is. So I'll leave this one be. I dare say it will start constructing a burrow very shortly. Now, last but definitely not least is Urodacus elongatus, one of Australia's biggest scorpions. As you can see, it's already got substrate, but you could definitely do it a bit more. And preferably not the coconut fibre I was using here. Now, elongatus, unlike most members of the genus Urodacus, are not fossorial, not burrowers, but what are known as rock scrape dwellers. In other words, they will excavate a sort of scrape or lair beneath a suitable rock. And that, indeed, is what I have to provide it with. I'll give it a couple of lumps of petrified wood. And over that, a large slab of rock, which should be fit for to construct a layer under. Now, within that corner, you might as well just fill it up a bit higher. Gives it the look of a cave that way. Alright, so let's introduce this much larger scorpion into its new home. Or maybe not new, just substantially improved. Now I can tell at an instant glance that this is a female. If you look at the tail, it is rather normal in proportion. Males, particularly of this species, exhibit extreme sexual dimorphism. The tail is much, it's already going in a tide, is much longer in proportion to the body, and that is so it can deliver a pacifying sting to the female in a courtship ritual, and not risk taking one in return. Oh, they're a lot heavier now. Well, that's that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, comment something, and looking forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.